As they're talking, Luke comes in and asks if she wants a break. And June says, when's Nichole coming? Because this baby is actually the only thing she has to look forward to right now. Like, that is a solid, like, yes, I absolutely want to see this kid out of her.
Right.
Like, that is the one
Yes.
thing that has kept her going on this side of the border, I think. She has that to look forward to, and that's fantastic. And Moira is bringing her by later, and Luke says that this can be over now. We don't have to continue this. But Twello's like, nope, nope, nope. Memories degrade. We got to do it now. It's preferable because those memories can be contaminated. And then Luke just puts up that boundary for June. He says, we can debrief later at the embassy. I'm going to take her to see our daughter. And Luke, in this moment, can finally do something for her so he feels like he is actually helping her. And the look on June's face is one of gratefulness. You can tell that she appreciates it a lot.
Yeah.
Which is wild because for the last 7 years of her life, to have a man speak for her and speak for what she wants has been cloaked with nothing but insecurity and fear and trepidation on her end. So what a relief it must be to have a man who's speaking for her that actually has her genuine interests at heart. And we know this because Luke literally looked at her and asked June if she wanted to go. June said that she did, and Luke immediately was like, yeah, I will go to task for you for this. And it's such a small thing, but all small things mean everything.
Yeah.
You know what it is, too? He said, our daughter.
Yeah.
That must have been something else for her to hear,
Yeah.
because that's a whole other thing that they haven't even talked about, is the
Right.
fact that this daughter is not
Right.
his daughter, even though he has been her father in every sense of the word since she has ended up Canada side. And I don't
Yeah.
doubt that Luke, doesn't think of her as his daughter. That is his daughter for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
And I believe that he is absolutely fine in that role. But I think hearing those words were reassuring to June as well, and I think she was also grateful for that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, with Luke stepping up for June in that role, I was kind of thinking the same thing of like, oh, like, gosh, everyone is just constantly speaking for her, but also like I appreciate it because it feels good to have someone be like, she just wants to see her daughter. Like, can we just let her see her daughter, please? Like, and she clearly wants that. Like, but it's also what you were saying earlier about how she's just so used to following certain commands and certain ways that she has to present herself, and when she's being told like, this is what you're going to do, is you're going to sit here and you're going to debrief and I'm going to ask you all these questions and you're going to keep talking about them, and it's hard for her. It's nice that Luke can step in and remind her of what Moira had said to Rita, of freedom means the ability to say no, and we're saying no right here. He said it no firmly, and Tuello respected that no very firmly, of okay, a boundary has been set and this is no, and there you go.
It of course begs the question, would Twello have respected that no and respected that boundary had it been June laying that boundary down?
I don't know. And I don't know if June knows if she would have been able to. Like, I don't even know if I don't think it was something I thought would happen. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I feel like because I get to what Dwell is saying of, he really needs this information right now while it's fresh. And I totally get why that's really hard for June. And also I can get why she just wants to go see her daughter. And, I just get all of it. But I don't know if in that moment June would even know that she could say no. And that's why it was nice for Luke to be like, no, you can. We can say no. You can do this at the embassy. We're going home. But also, could we stop at a therapist on the way?
Right. Or a doctor, please.
The doctor.
Yeah, that
Jesus
too.
Christ, yes.
Can we please get
the doctor.
this bullet wound checked out?
Right. Oh my
Criminy.
God.
Oh, boy.
Nope. Still can't.
Shall we go to the house?
Yeah, let's go to June reuniting with Nichole.
This is home.
Mm-hmm. This is home. this absolutely adorable little cape with wood shingles and brick facade that just is entirely benign and looks so gorgeously normal and is the complete antithesis of everything that the Waterford's house represents. The Waterford's house is austere, intense. The plants look like they're trying to envelop it. It looks constantly like it's in a state of of trepidation. Like, this house is just so overbearing. And then you pull up to this house and Luke says, "This is home." And it's the most darling, cute little cape one could imagine that has not an air of insult to it.
She doesn't have to look up at it.
Right.
It's just right
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When she goes in, Moira is there getting Nichole ready. Emily's holding Nichole. We get to have this little reunion, and I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I did get choked up when June finally got to hold her kid after
Yeah.
10 months.
Yeah. And I love that it was Emily that got to pass her off, because that's how she got to Canada to begin with. So I like that. And I like that there was that acknowledgement in June's eyes, but then also it was like, just give me the baby. Like, it was really, really well acted as well, because it was just, that's exactly how I feel like it would be if someone put my baby in my hands after all that time. And it's honestly, that's like the first time that it's like it's a reunion, but it's also like they're meeting for the first time at this point. And the way that baby was held from her and kept from her for so long and dangled as this like punishment / reward, and then it was just get her out, and then she was gone. And that's kind of what it reminded me with Swallow when she asked about Nichole, and he responds with, "Oh, I think your friend's gonna bring her by later." And it's like, my gosh, this woman has always been told when she can and cannot see this daughter. This child specifically has been kept from her in rooms next to her, and she couldn't go see her. And now it's like, here she is in Canada, and it's still, nope, someone will bring her to see you later. And it's just, it made this reunion really special, and I just thought it was perfect. That's all I have on this scene.
I loved that as she was holding Nichole and holding her close and cooing with her, you could very clearly see her red Handmaid's ear tag.
Yeah, I noticed that they hadn't gotten rid of that at that point too.
That's interesting, right?
Wow. Yep. Yeah.
Well, I imagine that
she hasn't seen that doctor yet.
She hasn't seen that doctor yet. That's the thing. They're going to have this thing professionally removed instead of like the literal scissor hack job that she did the last time. Like, she's like, I did that once, not doing it again.
Yep.
Let's get a doctor.
But the fact that she even still has the upper half of her outer ear. I mean, she obviously did a good job with those scissors, but like that for me was such a strong visual moment of having her hold her child so close to her while she's in Canada with that ear tag. Is like, no matter how she and her child are both in Canada now, but they still can't remove themselves from that situation fully.
No. Yeah. Exactly.
It will always be an underscoring of their relationship.